All right. I'm Alex Geas. I'm a senior at Nichols College, and I'm majoring in finance.
I'm Emily Wood. I'm a junior at Nichols College. I play women's ice hockey here, and I'm a center.
Okay, so when did you put on your first pair of skates?
I think around the age of 3.
3 years old?
Yeah, 3.
Wow.
I was really young. My mom wanted me to force me to skate.
Your mom played hockey?
Yeah, my
I
mom
assume?
still plays hockey, and my younger sister plays hockey.
Wow, that's awesome. How old is your sister?
She's a freshman at Southern Maine University.
Nice. So obviously your mom introduced you to hockey, and what attracted you most to the sport?
I think the being different than everyone else. All girls, they usually play do dance or do girly sports, but I liked the difference of kind of more of a manly sport.
You like the contact sport?
Yeah, I like the contact sport.
Soccer wasn't for you?
No, soccer was not for me.
And what was it like growing up playing hockey in your hometown?
I didn't start till I was in 4th grade, so I started later. And a lot of the girls started earlier, so it was weird at first, but we played with guys, so it was cool. But then I switched over to a select team, so it was with girls, so it was cool.
Did you ever play roller hockey or anything similar to that?
No, I didn't.
And did you play on other sports other than hockey?
Growing up, I did basketball, soccer, dance, all that stuff. But once I was in high school, I was focused on hockey.
Nice. And did you ever get injured?
No, I've never been injured, surprisingly, especially because it's such a contact sport. I've never had a concussion or any injury.
Well, you're very lucky. And when did you realize hockey was your sport compared to basketball, soccer, dance?
I think in high school is when I really realized it because it kind of formed me in a way. I wasn't getting good grades and I wasn't going to be able to play, so I realized that I needed to figure it out to be able to play hockey.
Yep. And what teams do you follow?
I like the Bruins. I follow the Bruins because I'm from Boston.
That's respectable. And were there any players you idolized when you were growing up?
Not so much. I'm not really into keeping track of players. I just like the teams.
What about now? Are there any players that you follow specifically?
I like Tyler Sagan when he was on the Bruins, but not so much now. He's gone.
Like any women hockey players that you follow?
Well, our captain from last year is playing for the Boston Blades, so it's a
That was Grace Murphy?
Yeah, Grace Murphy. There's a pro women's hockey team, so I plan on following her once the season starts up.
Nice. And when did you first start thinking about playing college?
Senior year, everyone was asking me about it, so I was thinking about it, but I wasn't recruited. I didn't really do any of the recruiting process, so I kind of just winged it when I came here and was lucky enough to make the team.
So what was the recruiting process like?
I wasn't recruited.
How did you talk to the coach, or did you end up walking on?
I came here for student acceptance day. I talked to the coach that was from last year. She gave me his number, and I talked to him over the summer, but that was about it. It was kind of me just coming on my own, setting up with the captains, going to captain's practice, instead of the other girls who had him come watch their games.
So it was more of a walk-on trial?
Yeah, it was a walk-on.
Nice. And how did you hear about Nichols?
My guidance counselor told me to apply.
Yep, Dudley Mass, huh?
Yep.
And what was your strongest influence on your choice to come here?
I love the small campus. The atmosphere just seems so nice. When I came to visit, everyone was so friendly. And when I met the hockey girls, they just were so, they invited me in.
Yeah, you had to make the choice of being a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond.
Exactly.
That was the speech you got?
Yep.
You got the same one. And when did you first see the Nichols campus? How far into your senior year?
It was April of my senior year, so it was pretty late. I was late on deciding where I wanted to go. So it was kind of I had to figure it out very quickly, but...
That's a pretty good time.
Yeah, I'm glad I made the right decision.
The grass is all mowed, the campus looks nice around that time.
Yeah.
Yep. And so what was your initial impression of the campus?
It was really small, but like I said, the atmosphere, the people, they were just very welcoming. I liked it.
And how do you feel about the rink not being on campus?
I would do anything for a rink on campus. Driving a half hour every day, it turns it into a 3.5 hour, 4 hour process. But it still makes it fun because we get the cars, we get to be together more instead of just waking up, rolling out of bed, and going to the rink. We spend more time together.
You think that makes you closer as a team?
Yeah, I believe it does.
And what difference do you notice when you started playing college level hockey as opposed to high school?
The intensity level is greater by so much. And a college team, it's all the best players coming from the high schools or their juniors teams or their select teams. So it's weird being on a team with all the best players because you realize that you're not the best anymore.
Do you have any stories where you first realized wow, this is a lot different than high school? I remember when I was playing soccer in my first tournament, I realized how physical it was, the first.
Yeah, my freshman year, it took me a couple games to play, and then I played a lot of games in a row, and I realized my body was just way more tired because of how more fast the game was.
So what did you do to adapt to this?
I told myself I had to get in way better shape, worked out way more over the summer, and came back ready to go.
What's your pregame routine before coming to Nichols?
A lot of people, they listen to music and stuff, but I tie my skates more than 3 times before I get on the ice. Like, I need them to be, like, perfectly tight. That's about it.
No music or anything?
No.
No
nothing.
free workout?
No free workout.
Okay. And what's your best memory you have from your time at Nichols playing hockey?
Definitely beating Manhattanville. My freshman year, we played them 7 times. That was probably our 8th, and we never beat them, and we beat them, and it was, like, such an upset. It was just an awesome feeling because I played in that game.
And what's the biggest goal you want to accomplish before you leave?
I want to become captain my senior year. I think that's a huge goal for me.
Nice. And what other sports do you enjoy watching or playing other than hockey?
I enjoy watching football, but baseball is way too slow. Soccer is kind of slow. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's your opinion. I can't do anything about that. And does having a boyfriend affect the way you play hockey?
No, it does not. He supports me a lot, so it actually helps me.
Awesome. And what do you eat before games, like the night before a game?
Night before a game, I usually try and eat pasta, a lot of carbs, so I'm like ready to go the next day. Before games, I try not to eat that much, but I find myself like eating in between periods, like granola bars, because I get so hungry.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. No oranges?
No oranges.
What's your go-to goal celebration?
Definitely slamming your body against the boards, getting the crowd riled up.
Yeah, going to your bench and stuff?
Yep.
And if there was one thing you want someone to know about you when it comes to your hockey playing, what would it be?
I think it would be how hard I've worked to become where I am now, to be playing college hockey, especially being a walk-on.
Like, can you explain that a little bit?
So coming in my freshman year, I wasn't like the best player, and throughout the year, so this is my 3rd year here, I've become such a better player, so I feel like I just want people to know how hard I've worked.
Nice. Thank you.